allowed on Epstein Island? Here's why. Jeff gave in at
Y'all, this is insanely wild.
some point and told him, yes, I'll find some friends. Jeff wanted young, fresh girls, virgins. He told, don't bring
What?
me any N-words. Never ever brought any friends. At this point in the interview, attorney Barry advised the following. At Epstein's request, she at times met people on the beach and may have told them something to the effect of, if you want to party, go to Epstein's.
Whoa. This is like groundbreaking info, y'all.
Following statement shook her shoulders and head in the affirmative. Clarified that after what Jeff had done to her, she did not want it, the rapes and actual assaults, to be repeated. And she decided finding other girls for him, strangers she found in town, might spare her. No black girls allowed on Epstein Island.
That's disgusting, y'all. So if y'all don't know, all this big stuff's going down where they finally finding out court documents revealing this dude, E was one of the evilest and most disgusting vile people. But it gets crazier. There's even allegations coming out that he never even passed away in the first place. It's getting scary, y'all. Basically, they said Jeffrey said Trump was the worst person he had ever met. I met some bad people, but none as evil as him. Whoa. This is y'all, like, I'm not on one side or the other side. I'm just giving y'all the information and y'all can do what y'all want to with it. Anyone notice that since the files were released, that boy T has not uttered one negative word, but instead has doubled down on those who dared expose it? It's looking scary, y'all. It's looking literally scary, y'all, right now. So, bro, they're talking about Hunger Games portion, human hunt. Snipe hunt is over. Moon, crickets, and field. Guess what? They're in words. Wow. So there was apparently like human hunts going on. These are all signed dissertations from the government website, y'all. So they said Norman Finkelstein replied to E and Alan Dershowitz that he would strength and then call them after they approached him to go to the island, basically saying that he was not going like that. One of the real ones left in the world. He said, my guess is, and I'm gonna read this with y'all. We can read it together, y'all. We can read it together. My guess is, so first is from Norman Finkelstein to redacted. Your statement to the Guardian. Sworn testimony from Jane Doe number 3. Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz was around E frequently. Dershowitz was so comfortable with what was going on in the world, he would even come and chat with Mr. Epstein while I was topping up at, whoa. My guess is if put your daughter at age 15 in such a position, you wouldn't publicly describe him as a friend and person of integrity. In fact, I would hope you'd promptly throttle both Epstein and Dershowitz. They said, I thought a heinous crime was the invasion of Iraq in 2003, or at least, whoa. I was shocked to read your statement yesterday from The Guardian. At least 2 grant recipients in academia were standing by Mr. E saying he remains a friend. Wow, y'all. This is just getting dangerous. So apparently, this dude called him out and said, I'm not with none of that, bro. One of the only people to speak up that we've seen. In 2018, an email from Epstein recounts laughing about those who control the world. At my dinner table, I asked, why are you right-wing guys so against them? One said, historically, we all know it's always been them behind the government pulling the strings. I said, like who? And one pointed at me and they all started to roar with laughter. Guilty. At my dinner table, I asked, why are you guys so anti them? One said, historically, we all know it's always been them behind the governments. I said, like who? And one pointed at me and they all started to roar with laughter. Me? And one guy said, how do you explain? In only 3 days, there have been princes, prime ministers, other ministers, emissaries, plus 2 presidents of world bodies. Guilty. So funny. Wish you were here. Whoa, y'all. This is getting super crazy, super scary. Now, again, I don't conform to any of these ideas or thoughts. We're just showing you all the information and we go on with it. So, again, Email from Mr. Epstein from Redacted. Preparing for pandemics. Let's discuss next steps, for example, how to officially involve the WHO and CDC. And I hope we can pull this off. Please find the attached draft for the meeting on prepared for pandemics is requested. Let's discuss next steps. Best regards. Y'all, are they alleging that this dude knew about the potential P years in advance? There's no way. Whoa. They said, here's the sender. How ironic. Oh my gosh. This is the person that sent it? You guys, this is like blowing the lid open on stuff. Like, this is getting scary. Like, for real, for real. So they said the name that comes up most often in the files, more than Harry Potter's name appears in all 7 Harry Potter books, is DT. Wow. Just in, Jeffrey had a bank account named BAAL and asked someone at Mr. JP Morgan to wire him $11,000. If you don't know, BAAL is a evil figure and an enemy to Jesus Christ, as written in the Holy Bible. I'm not saying these words out of disrespect to anyone's religion. I'm saying it for, so I can be able to give you all the truth that you need without being limited. It says, please wire $11,480 from the above account to, wow. Please call if you have any questions or let me know. Wow, y'all. Wow. Where do we go from here? Like, this is so many, this is everything. This isn't even, like, bro, I don't even know what to say about this stuff, y'all. So they're saying, people are saying that Thomas Macy became a liberal because his new wife, blessed be their marriage, is supposedly a radical left flamethrower. This new union all went so fast that maybe he didn't know he was getting into, but nevertheless, he is an absolutely terrible and unreliable, quote unquote, repub. Perhaps a Reno, or maybe even worse. Ed Gerin, a former and war hero, is running against Macy. He is a high quality individual and there is no candidate for Congress. He is running because he realizes has been totally disloyal for the president of the United States. Bro, do you hear what people are saying? You're disloyal to the president. Disloyal to the president, not disloyal to the country, not disloyal to the American people. Disloyal to the president. That's all I'm going to say on that point right there. I'm not going to go any further, just right there. They said, so the representative Massey's responding and says, so now he's attacking my wife who voted for him 3 times. Maybe someone told him she's actually the one who suggested I ask Pam Bondi in person at dinner when we would get phase 2 of the Epstein files. Bondi said there would be no more files. As they say, the rest is history. So this dude is basically saying that now he's speaking out against his character because he asked about more information about the files. This is really, really wild. Whoa. Before this backfired on you too, they said, whoa, bro. So, and this what you're saying is that people think this is a blue or red thing. Like, it's not. I don't think it's that, guys. I think this is bigger than that stuff. You have people on both sides of the coin who want justice. It's just getting very scary, y'all. I don't even know what we should even say at this point. Like, where do we go from here as a culture, as a country? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man, because I've never seen it. I don't even know what to say, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. We gone.